Before the eventual inauguration of the Exports Authority Board, this was the situation, with the main exporters of agricultural produce, which contributes over 70% of Uganda's export earnings, crying foul, citing government's laxity in normalizing operations of the Exports Authority.
Our farmers who have prepared to grow fresh produce and export are not able to do this because the export companies are not cleared. So the absence of the export certification process right now puts us in a very bad place when it comes to export clearance and export processes. Nobody can take cargo out of Uganda if you don't have this export certificate. So on a daily basis, we are losing about 100 million. And this implication is not at the exporter level alone, it's also at farm level. Farmers who have heavily invested into production of these exotic vegetables cannot harvest and sell.
After merging Uganda Export Promotion Board and Uganda Free Zones Authority in February 2021, the government earmarked 2 weeks to restore operations. But this has just materialized 3 years later. With the new single entity of Uganda Free Zones and Export Promotion Authority, Ugandan exporters believe that this move might save them billions of shillings that they have been losing without a board.
The authority is responsible for the establishment, management, maintenance, marketing, supervision and control of free zones and facilitate the development, promotion and coordination of all export-related activities that lead to export growth on a sustainable basis.
Expect that the board can help the country to grow exports, bridge the gap between imports and exports. Now the board has been inaugurated. The board is starting to do its work, and one of the things to look at the staffing requirements. The leadership of the institution at the technical level is by the PS, supported by 2 deputies. With some limited committee drawn from the 2 old institutions, the Export Promotion and Uganda Free Zone Authority. Now the new board will have now to look at the structure, working according to the principles set out by the Minister of Public Service. The old staff, some might be maintained, and those who will not be maintained, they will be compensated as we agreed at cabinet level.
This December, President Museveni commissioned the Uganda Free Zones Export Facility at Entebbe International Airport, creating room for fresh fruits and international coffee exporters to add value to these products before export. The firm also hopes to set up regional centers to manage these perishable commodities.
His Excellency General President Yoweri Museveni has offered one of the warehouses at the Entebbe Free Zones facility to Hortifresh to set up an EU-grade pack house, which will be a training facility, which will enhance compliance and standards. We are also going to work alongside the Ministry of Agriculture to set up laboratories and exit control systems and procedures. We are going to set up training facilities, a skills center for fresh fruits and vegetables. This center is going to be the nerve center for fresh fruits and vegetables. Even our offices are going to relocate here. And we are going to work with government agencies and ministries to stimulate exports of fruits and vegetables. Our neighbors, Kenya, Tanzania, they export more than $1 billion worth of fresh fruits and vegetables per year, and we are doing just about $200 million. So infrastructure facilities like these ones, alongside cold chain, establishment, training, skilling, are going to help Uganda to exponentially grow.
Big space, we can put our proceeding factory here, we can put our roastery factory here, we can have a part for the export coffee, of the roasted coffee, finished coffee and the green coffee. So this is going to be collecting center and also the roasteries.
As Uganda boosts her export sector, strategic marketing is part of the game plan that will offer solutions where Uganda cannot export. However, the prevailing non-tariff barriers such as bureaucratic delays, complex regulations and poor infrastructure must be addressed.
Market readiness is a function of many things. First, you look at the size of the market. So here, Nigeria, and so just take Lagos and Kinshasa, this is the total Ugandan population in 2 cities. Size of population is not always disposable income. So you have to look at the incomes, and in those two markets, food is expensive. Lagos, it's an oil town, so is Kinshasa a mining, mineral-based middle-class city, emerging as one of the largest in Africa. So you look at size of market, you look at disposable income, but you also look at the kind of private sector available in those countries that would strategically align with you.
But as African countries, there are so many NTBs. Even in our neighborhood here, where, DRC, the taxes that are being placed, and yet you're already in a common market or is still not favorable for us to trade. The other thing is the connectivity, on the African continent. Uganda Airlines is doing a good job. They're in DRC, they're in Nigeria, they're in South Africa. So it's picking up on the African market. And we think this is an advantage for our exporters.
With the merger between Uganda Export Promotion Board and the Uganda Free Zones Authority, government is expected to save up to 6.2 billion shillings, which is expected to increase to 6.5 billion shillings in the next financial year. Betty Ndagire, NTV Business.